Hello, my name is Maria Petridge, and I am here to talk to you about why single parents deserve an education that fits around their schedule. Some of the biggest barriers with single parents getting an education are the fact that they have no time, that childcare is really hard to figure out, and that there is a huge financial strain. When I talk about no time, I am talking about the fact that they have to work, that they have kids, and the kids come with activities, and there is constant appointments. When I tell you about the childcare, I am talking about the fact that most parents struggle to afford childcare, and then also childcare is not always available outside of normal working hours, which makes it hard to go to school in the evenings. And not only that, daycare is not always reliable. Sometimes your sitters call in sick. And on top of that, a lot of parents feel guilty for not always being with their children and having them in daycare for too long. When I talk about financial strain, I am talking about the childcare costs, because childcare is very expensive. I am also talking about the classes and the textbooks. Tuition is a lot, and textbooks are getting very spendy. Also, when you have to take time off of work to go to school, it cuts down your work hours, which then makes it so you cannot afford childcare anymore, and you cannot afford your tuition or your textbooks. So that also falls right back into the financial strain. All right, so how can we make it better and encourage more education for single parents? First, free childcare. Offering childcare by having an advanced person in the early childcare programs in CTE, earning their hands-on experience doing an in-program daycare. CTE offers early childcare programs. Those students need to have a certain amount of volunteer hours in a childcare setting. If they volunteer their time for other parents in a CTE program, then those parents get free childcare, and those students that are in the early childcare program get their volunteer hours. It is a very good win-win situation. On top of that, the child will be close by for emergencies, and then less time away from the child will lessen the guilt of the parent for being away for too long. And then the parent doesn't have to worry about the time limit of when to pick a child up by, because the class will, the daycare will be the length of the class. It'll help everybody. It'll help in multiple aspects by giving less stress to the parent and less stress of having to pay a childcare, and it'll help those farther along in the early childhood programs with their volunteer hours. The next thing is time. Create a schedule of classes where parents can choose courses to take that work around their work and children's activities. Single parents have to work, and they have children that consistently have school functions, sports, and appointments. They do not have the availability to miss work to get their education. So if we can create a flexible schedule for parents that work around their busy home schedule, it will help them have the choice to get an education that they want and that they deserve. Also, their finances. Childcare should be a free option offered in the program, as stated 2 slides ago. Financial aid should be able to cover tuition costs for all parents in career and technical education. Textbooks could be reused through the program to help cut down costs instead of each individual having to buy a new one every class. Reuse, reduce, recycle those textbooks. Flexible classes to work around parents' work schedules. If they don't have to worry about missing work, then they don't have to worry about if their bills are being paid. Current resources that we do have in place that help with finances for tuition. There is currently Pathway for Single Mothers, Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act for unemployed or underemployed people. Oregon Promise grants for recent high school graduates. Federal Pell Grant that helps reduce the cost. Also, Clackamas Community College offers a multitude of registered apprenticeships for electrical, mechanical, and construction trades. That means that they will pay you to be an apprentice. Resources still needed. Registered apprentices in more than just those 3 options that were previously mentioned. We need more registered apprenticeships for more CTE programs. Reusable textbooks would be a great idea. Correspondence between different program leaders to help in different aspects. A set room for childcare and volunteers, so that way the parents have the free childcare options. Flyers to recruit parents, because obviously word needs to get out. An outreach program for single parents that partner with other state programs to get the word out, and financial aid for all CTE programs. If we can get this going, more parents can get an education. Thank you for listening.